We are here to give voice, to turn up the volume on our intuition, because that is our soul, that is our higher self speaking through us, to feel the thoughts. How are the thoughts making you feel? What are the sensations associated with those thoughts? That is, honest to God, the easiest way for you to know what it is that is coming in, that is coming through you. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power and the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? Please do not forget to hit subscribe so that you do not miss a single episode, because I release one every single week. Thank you for joining me in today's episode. As I had mentioned, really what I'm trying to do with these solo episodes is to bring you guys into my moments of pause and for you to be a part of what it is that comes through me in these moments. And what I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about today, I have been on two other podcast episodes today. One was recording for me and one I was a guest. And this topic keeps coming up for me. And it is something that is very top of mind for me at this moment, which is why I automatically ended one recording and hit record here right now on this episode, because it's super, super fresh. What I want to talk to you guys about today is really about how it is that we can give voice to our intuition. And how is it that we give voice to our intuition? And so, as I'm sitting here in my moment of pause with a microphone in front of me, what I want to talk through with you guys right now is, I have said many times before that I believe that God speaks to me through my intuition. I also know that my intuition is something that I have had as a part of me since I was a very, very, very little girl. And from when I was a very little girl, I have always had a deep connection to spirit, to my angels, my guardian angels, my guides. And especially after my mom passed away, I have a very, very tapped in connection to her, so much so that I can feel her almost immediately after I speak with her or ask for her to come through for me. And it's in these moments that I am sitting with my thoughts. I am sitting with what's coming through. And what had come through today is that we are here to give voice, to turn up the volume on our intuition, because that is our soul, that is our higher self speaking through us. And what we choose to do instead is to amplify, to give voice to our fears, to doubt, to our ego, to our humanness. And what is desperately knocking on the door for you to listen to and to hear is that higher self, is that voice that is speaking to you through a higher power. And I heard something today that I want to share with you guys, because I think that it is so incredibly valuable. And it's in these moments where, you're sitting with yourself and you are allowing thoughts to flood. In many cases, if it's a flooding experience, it is your fear. But if thoughts are coming in through you, they tend to be thoughts that are coming in through God or through spirit or through your intuition, tend to be calm. They have like an ease to them. And it's in those moments where it's so easy for us to get into judgment around, oh, is that it? That's the little nugget. We get into judgment around our thoughts, or it's, why isn't anything coming in? And someone made a suggestion today that I interviewed, and you'll hear this on a later podcast, of a really easy way for us to get back into our bodies, to get back into this moment in time. And that is just a simple act of wiggling your toes. Oh my God. So simple, so easy. And I'm doing it right now to get myself in my body again and getting myself back in with this conversation that I'm having with you right now. And I think so many times we completely forget what voice is ours and what voice is somebody else's. Now you can hear that one of two ways. You can hear that as well, what do I know is my intuition and what do I know is not my intuition, right? So let's keep it simple and talk about it that way. Well, you know your intuition is speaking to you if there's like a firm grounding calmness to what's coming through versus, I was asked recently, like, what's the difference between your intuition and, like imagination? And your imagination is going to feel like very like airy and, whimsical. And that is not intuition. That is something that has a totally different sensation tied to it. And then if it's something that is not your intuition, that could be fear-based, it's going to have anxiety, it's going to feel really heavy. And so I hope that, in these moments where you might be questioning, well, how can I allow my intuition to speak louder through me? You've got to get yourself grounded back into this moment. You've got to wiggle your toes and get yourself back into this moment and just be able to just let your mind just be and to not attach yourself to the thoughts that are necessarily coming in. And instead to just allow them to flow through you, but to feel the thoughts. How are the thoughts making you feel? What are the sensations associated with those thoughts? That is, honest to God, the easiest way for you to know what it is that is coming in, that is coming through you. Yes, it gets to be this easy. However, I know that it takes work. It is a muscle. It is something that you work at. You don't just go to the gym and you can pick up a 25-pound weight. And well, for me as a 5'3" petite woman, like I can't just pick up a 25-pound weight and do a bicep curl immediately, right? Like I had to start on the lower end and work my way up. And then even if I took a week off from the gym, I don't ever go back into the gym and like start where I left off. I'll probably go down a little bit to work my way back up. And so I say that because, part of this is having grace with yourself, having grace with where it is that you are, having grace with the day that you are having, with the moment that you are having, right? I had a day yesterday. I went down a spiral yesterday of like, I was in scarcity, I was in judgment, I was like, what am I doing? And it took me taking a walk, doing a workout, journaling to get myself back and centered into my higher self, to get back in tune with my intuition, to turn up that volume, right? So I'm hoping that what you're hearing me say is that it's important for you to know that it is, number one, possible for you. Number two, it gets to be simple, but it's a practice and it's one that I'm inviting you to commit yourself to. So if you are committing to this practice of paying attention to the sensations in your body as they are related to the thoughts that are coming through your mind, then send me an email, send me a DM on Instagram at Wendy Page Sterling, and let me know what comes up for you. What is it that you're experiencing? Maybe this is really hard for you. Well, guess what? I have amazing news for you because I am opening the doors to the Cocoon. It is a community that I have created because I don't know about you, but I am somebody who loves to be in a space with other people who I don't necessarily know all that well, but that are there for the same reason. What's that reason? Well, the reason that we are all in this room is we just want to feel like we are getting some new perspectives. We want to feel safe to be able to share ideas or thoughts that are coming through and to ask other people, what do you think about this? Or this is coming through, and someone else to raise their hand and to say, oh my God, I was feeling that yesterday. Here's what I did. Or, hey, Wendy, I'm struggling right now in knowing what my intuition is versus what is fear. Or I'm struggling with, I know that it's time for me to pivot and I don't know what to do and I don't know how and where do I start? And do you hear the overwhelm? Imagine if you had that place. Well, that is what I am creating in the Cocoon. I don't know if you guys know, but I am an energy healer. I'm an advanced theta healer. It is a theta brainwave state of meditation that I go into to help my clients and those who will be in the Cocoon to tap into and to see where in your body There is dissonance to see what beliefs are bogging you down, how we can shift them, why it is that they are keeping you stagnant or stuck. I am also going to bring in my amazing community of friends who can come in and share their wisdom with you guys. Depending on what is going on in the community, I am going to tap into that energy and bring in my friends to help you guys with whatever it is that you are struggling with. I am also going to give you guys the opportunity to connect on a weekly basis, live in person, so that you get the support that you need. Maybe you don't need support that week. That's fine. You can either be just someone in the room listening, or you don't have to attend, because guess what? I'm going to record every single session so that you can have it as a replay. So I want to invite you to check out this new community. It is called the Cocoon. The link is in the show notes to where the membership is. I'm offering this to you guys at a ridiculously attainable investment, either on a monthly basis that you can cancel anytime, or there is a pay in full option if that is your jam and you want to save 2 months on the community. But it is a place where we can do exactly this, where we can turn up the volume on our intuition and turn down the noise, which I call our fear and doubt and where our ego resides. So I hope to see you there. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. Again, please do not forget to hit subscribe. And if you love today's episode, leave a 5-star rating and a review so that more people can find this particular podcast. Thank you so much. With every episode, my goal is to help each of you find your own power in the pause and to create more of those moments for yourself where you are aligning with your truth. So thank you guys for tuning in, sending you so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.